Uh, Day 3, we're just finished July 1942. We're starting January 1943. All right, this is the first turn of the game here. Not too much happened with tech. Money's been moving around a little bit. It's all over the place. Let's see. The Americans have moved this fleet, and I believe they got these still at home. But they came in and they took Portugal here. Here, let's angle that down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm talking about. They took Portugal, which loosened up a few little things here. I think I might have got a buck or two, a whole dollar for the Germans out of that. Japan got this tiny little spot here and this little spot here, but they're worth nothing. So I don't know. Maybe I need to land a plane there or something so I can, turn into fodder. Italy didn't do much. Italy just wanted to open a second front on these Russians down here because they're starting to threaten the Germans. So yeah, a little something for them to think about. And they could do an overland attack at the Gibraltar there if I so feel inclined. I don't know if I have enough troops. I only got 2 transports and those 2 troops over there, so it'd be pretty tight. Let's see what else is going on. The British keep Karpenblauming in France there, and he's got to get some new dice because he keeps missing and missing. Let's see here. Turkey took. Russia used to have a stack of planes here, but they used them to attack Germany. So Turkey came in with these planes here and hit them. Took a few bucks off of them. Turkey's also been moving up here, just opening up another front, more or less. However, by Turkey doing that, it's opening it up for the FAC to come this way. So let's see what happens with that. And then over here we got Germany and Russia. We had a whole big stack in Germany here, moved up, hit their stack here. I was going to hit that, but they had too much stuff. So, and I couldn't bring everything, so I left it here with my infantry so I could defend myself. And yeah, we've been trading back and forth. So there's pretty much nothing left on both sides of this border. We are pretty much wiped out. But I don't have a threat on this side at the moment. Just got to take out that stack of 3 heavy tanks there in Romania. It's worth $6 for me, and it's worth 3 for him, and he gets 2 factories. I don't want to let him build there because that opens up everything. He'll have access to Italy, Turkey, and Germany from there. All right, on this side, the Russians did also attack and take this back, so they almost got all their land back. And Japan's moving in here. They want to eliminate that factory so Russia stops being a problem on this side and giving them something to work on. Either Russia's going to have to move that factory or it's going to have to destroy it or build a pile of things there. All right, the Netherlands taking what's left of the Netherlands. The sub-spam from the Anzac is still ongoing. Took out a destroyer here that dropped this guy off. And they're still building stuff. And I got quite a few things here. I had left a Japanese blocker line here. The Americans took it out and put their own blockers up. I could reach them with this, but I wasn't sure. If I couldn't reach them with everything here. So the plan is, hopefully, if it works out, I'll take this and maybe throw a couple extra planes on there and bait him in. See what he wants to do. All right, what else do I have here? Yeah, the Americans have moved their fleet out to the Marshalls. I think they did that last turn, but I can't remember. So there you go. They also got a secondary build up here for transports to start picking up, or so that I can't just take their stuff out behind them. And as always, these Partisans are a massive problem for the Japanese. They just keep taking my money. It was, I think, $8 or $9 last turn, 5 this turn, more this turn. They keep changing my purchase because they keep taking my money away. So, yeah. The biggest thing that has been a roadblock for this, well, besides the Russians becoming aggressive, was the Partisans. They just keep taking my stuff, and if I don't leave the odd guy in here, then wherever there's two Partisans, they can combine to be a militia and take my land away from me, right from behind me. So when I notice that there's a Partisan there, I'll start, or two, I'll start leaving a guy behind. Let's see. I also took Hong Kong here, so yeah. The road's closed, so nobody can come through here right now. But I'm gonna have to build up some defenses here because that's going on. Either defend that or attack that. I don't have. If I attack it though, I move in range of all these tanks he's got here in next. So right now he can attack me with this little stack here. This has got to move 2 to get to here. So it gives me a turn or 2 before he throws down the gauntlet and starts attacking there. And otherwise, it's been very eventful, and there is, like I said, almost no troops left on this side of the map. Stuff's getting traded back and forth, and just getting wiped right out. That German Navy's still there, but I needed to use it to beat the Russians down a bit. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to focus on this stuff and his soon-to-be floating bridge. Oh, I see he's got a stack of transports there already, ready to bring in round 2. So, and then these ones will be able to go home and pick up again whatever he builds next turn. So, it's going to be a steady chain there. He's already got her set up. Anyway, thank you. So I got a correction. Last time I said it was 43 to start of, but we were a turn ahead. It was July 43. We're now on January 44. And there's been a bit of stuff that happened. The last turn, I'm actually a turn and a half after the last video here, just because we're trying to get this done, so I'm going crazy with Germany. So let's go with Germany and Russia. We're attacking each other. We have no troops left. I managed to get that back, and that little piece, this Romania and this East Poland back. I'd thrown a few more guys into Leningrad, and Russia's taken that back. And the Japanese came through. Were annoying here, and Russia and Japan have been trading off northern Manchuria. Russia's got a giant stack now in Moscow of all its planes, so I don't know what his plan is. Then, the end of the last turn, America landed here. I took everything out of Paris and failed miserably. I think I lost everything in 2 rounds, and yeah, he's still there. So maybe the Italians can give him a double whammy. The Italians last turn also came in and eliminated the stack of Turkey that was there, including, the Russian planes and a couple of infantry with the bombardment. And Britain has eaten up that little guy that was annoying down there, and Britain's on its turn right now, and he is apparently gobbling up all my Turkish possessions down in the Middle East. So bye Turkey money. And Turkey's looking pretty small now, so well, Turkey also took this from Russia and lost it again. So that's how that's been going. But that's been a good distraction, keeping the Russians off the German border here, because the Germans just couldn't compete with what was going on there. This past turn, I just finished Japan's turn here. So this fleet card here is all sitting there on the Philippines. He took out my blockers, and then as the Americans, and now I took out the American blockers. So we'll see if these fleets meet or not. And I'm putting a stack down here. I should really chip that out though. It's quite the mess.
What's that?
These guys are all supposed to be.
Don't worry about it. I'm attacking them right now.
Oh, perfect.
I think. I'm not sure. I want to see. Is that full mountain? Because you never want to go full mountain.
No, you never want to go full mountain. I think it might be, but
it is.
Okay. So yeah, those little stack of dudes in the tanks there. So it looks like I'm going to be rolling again right away. And Australia is building his 2 subs again. He took out my destroyer down there, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, the Americans are getting up their transport train is, the conveyor belt is almost built here in the Atlantic, if it's not already built. No, it looks like it's built. He's got 5 or 6 transports in each location. Here, there at his port, and over there. So things could be very, very, very busy on Western Europe now. And that's it. Alright, hello, Rank Carcass here again. We just finished January 44. We're now starting July 44. I haven't done my purchases for Germany or anything, but I've decided that we're going to go crazy here. So you'll see there's 2 fleet cards in the middle. And we've got them set up on the battle boards. The H39, the O and the P, regular cruiser. We're using these, what was it, the Elite Fighter Squadron thing, so this one will be a tactical bomber and a fighter at 8 and 7. Bunch of planes here. I threw all my aircraft in there that could reach, except for a transport and 1 fighter out of range, 1 heavy destroyer, 3 destroyers. That looks like 5 or 6 subs. And a light and a heavy carrier. So the last turn here, America carpet bombed Paris and took out 3 infantry with 1 hit. So this carpet bombing's paying off. The heavy bombers very, very, very useful this time. Italy turtled right next to that stack. I didn't have enough to take it, so I just turtled up. And we'll see what happens in here. I'm pretty thin, and Britain also has taken out Normandy and Picardia, so it's not looking too sunny and happy over there for the Germans. Starting to look really nice for France, though. Yeah, I believe that's about. Oh, and these sub-blockers, or these blockers, got taken out by the Americans, so the Japanese fleet can't reach the American fleet again. So we'll see what happens here.
American fleet's getting bigger too.
And the American fleet keeps growing. You got another Iowa you just put in there, didn't you? So you got 2 of them in there. Yeah.
And I got another battleship coming.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not
5 battleships in there.
No, you got 5 battleships. I only got 3. I got a few more carriers, but that's about it. All right, and that's the end of that turn. We'll see what happens with this War Plan Z in a bit. Okay, so that War Plan Z attack is completed, and I ran away. I managed to successfully keep 2 heavy cruisers and a damaged H-39 and 2 tactical bombers. And all these jet fighters, and the 3 jet fighters and the 3 other fighters, I think.
Oh, here.
Oh, you got 2 more that got 3 more fighters that got to get placed up here. See, the whole reason I hadn't attacked the whole turn is there's an air base in this zone and that zone, and they both protected this fleet here. So I don't even need my card anymore. Nope. So the British fleet is still there, and this is what they still have. They have 2 damaged battleships.
You broke my battleship.
4 or 5 cruisers, a light carrier, a couple of destroyers, a French cruiser, some subs. Yeah. If I could got a few more hits in the first round or 2, then maybe. But yeah, you know what? I got average, and he got really good. Those jets at 8, especially hitting all my planes in the first round. I'm done.
Yep.
It killed me. All right.
I'm liking jet fighters.
Oh, so am I. I should have bought some, but I don't have the time.
I just can't make them long range.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Hello there again. It's Brian Carcass. We are just about to start the second last turn, January 1945. Tech, not much changed. Money-wise, Americans are raking in a pile of money. The Axis is doing okay, it looks like, on the board there, but I'm slowly bleeding. Japan's doing better than Germany. Italy's just getting its butt kicked around. All right, so what all happened here? Let's start on this side of the map. The Americans got this fleet here. Japan's got this fleet here. I got tired of the blocker thing, and I'm like, okay, we're 2 turns away, so my blocker's the fleet. The Americans put a couple blockers in there though, so I can't get all these subs and destroyers in there. You know what? Let's roll it and see what happens. Let's see who has more capital ships at the end. And they're sending the Anzac subs in there. Those 2 gray subs. Anzac's still building his subs. And Anzac took a place away from Japan there. I can't remember which one that is.
East Timor.
East Timor, there we go. And we had a little fight over here. I came across and hit that. I did not have enough left over, thanks to the mountain border and his giant stack of stuff. So I'm stopped and he's moving stuff in again. So I don't think I have a hope to take Calcutta. I just want to keep India kind of contained. The British are running around and they're rampantly stealing, taking all the stuff that the Turkish used to have, along with the Russians there. Russia couldn't quite reach this factory, so those 2 tanks are still there. I don't expect them to be alive at the end of this turn. There's a giant pile of planes still kicking around there. Russia's been gobbling up the loose ends lying around here that Germany had. Germany still got that tank there, though. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And Germany's just kind of stacking stuff up back here. Yeah, we had no units left, so we're both just finished a build here, and that's the result of it. Yeah, that whole War Plan Z thing failed miserably, and then I got the last few ships taken out there, and when the 6 fighters showed up again, I was not going to risk that 1 fighter to go get killed, so yeah, the Germans kept that at home and just watched the fleet burn. Yeah. Turkey and Italy are moving all the planes in here to kind of get a 6-plane scramble here on the fleet there. Hopefully I can keep a capital ship by the end of the next 2 turns. I doubt it though, because the British has this fleet parked right outside. It's that marker there. Yeah, the Americans' fleet is also within range. That within 2 turns they could get in there as well. And that stack, Italy had quite a stack in here. They came in and attacked the Americans, and the Americans only had these two stacks left. But I didn't have enough to take them out, so I retreated. And then I got carpet bombed, and 4 dudes died in here. So that's all I have left holding those planes down. And yeah, then the Americans came back in with another batch. Probably good I did that. Otherwise, I would have been attacked by America, and I might have lost all that land and whatnot. America's got their transport ship here kicking off again, and yeah, that's pretty much the turn. It's 2 turns left. Let's see how hard I bleed. Okay, hello. This is Rank Carcass at General Hangraday's place in Prince George, British Columbia. We're just starting to finish the second last turn, January 45, and we're just moved the calendar on to July 1945. No tech, nothing's going on there. It's the last turn now. It's not worth doing any of that stuff now. The Americans have moved everything they had across the sea already, and I don't think they're working on that anymore. They built a bunch of ships last turn. They moved another batch here. Let's see, there's a bit of action going on here. I'm sure you noticed that Paris is very empty, and so is the rest of France. So the Americans carpet bombed the Germans there and destroyed them. And then, the British came in and attacked with all these planes. These planes are all actually parked in there. There's just no room. They got too many planes. Anyway, they came in here. They kicked the crap out of the Germans, but they didn't quite kill them, and then they took off, so they didn't lose any planes. And then the Americans came in and kicked the crap out of the Germans, and the Germans managed to kill all their ground troops, so they left before they lost their planes. But Germany's got nothing there. Italy left here because Italy had to go fight the big British Navy that moved from up here all the way around and down to here. So Italy used these planes, the planes it had up here, the planes it had in here, and the planes that the Turkey had in here, and they just hammered that with everything they had, and that's what they have left. Hopefully they can hold it. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be keeping that because this stuff can reach it, that stuff can reach it, and there's a few planes lying around not too far away, as you can see here. There's just a couple of jets, you know, so we'll see what happens there. Germany is in dire straits here. I may be able to hold Germany and stop them at the French-German border, and there's this possibility that Italy might keep Rome and northern Italy. I don't know if I'm going to keep anything else. The British fleet, when it moved in, it took this place here. What is that? Taranto and Sicily. And I don't have a hope of taking that back. I don't have the units for that, so we'll see what happens there. I really hope that doesn't get added to and start moving up towards Rome. That could be a problem. Yeah, this is the Southern Med is all British and French. They own everything, as well as the Middle East now. Russia's blocked the British access into attacking Turkey, so we'll see what Russia does with that. He's probably going to go one more space and get an extra spot there. It's worth a point. On this border, we've been beating the crap out of each other a lot, and we have no units at all. We've got nothing left. So, yeah, there's a bunch of planes. All these tanks here got built last turn and moved forward by the Russians. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. I'm going to try and hold them back here. Keep him from getting his points. And I don't have a hope of getting any points I don't already have. So we'll see what happens there. I got Yugoslavia, Greece, and possibly the one for the 3 locations in West Poland, Donetsk, and Warsaw. Other than that, I'm not going to get any points there. Let's see. Okay. Did that happen this turn? Did you kick me out of there? Anyway, I had the Japanese here. I got kicked out handily. So in retaliation, I brought this amphibious assault here to take out a tank. And then I brought these guys over to take that. I just want every one of these I got is a point he can't get. So he needs to get extra points to make up for the ones I took away. And let's see how that works. And I'm trying to get more guys on the border so I can get that point instead of him. So I lost a guy here thanks to the 2 partisans turning into militia and fighting me, and it took several rolls, and thankfully I still got that location there in Henan. But yeah, the partisans have been an absolute pain this entire game. So China's a pain in the butt for Japan with the mountains, but when you got partisans stealing your money and turning into militias and fighting you and all sorts of stuff, I've been wasting so many troops in China that could have been used down here just because of this partisan rule. It has absolutely bogged me right down. And note to self, if we're playing with partisans, kill everybody else first, then go to China second. It'll be cheaper. Let's see. Not much here. That's just my purchases. Okay, and down here, I had the force here. I moved it down and tried to take Malay and the fort and all those militia in the fort, and man, they just beat the crap out of me. I lost double the guys they had, and had to back off. So I managed to save this tactical, and these 2 Marines didn't manage to get there. Actually, they were out of the war. I'm non-combat, moved them in there, so I lost everything except for a plane. That's that. Oh yeah, and the Australians are taking another piece of the Netherlands from me, so the Dutch East Indies, so that's another couple of bucks. Not too helpful. And these subs they've been spamming me with, you know, it's been no luck, no luck, no luck. Well, look, it's what's left of these 2 navies. That's it. Those subs got well, we had the big fight, and I had all my capital ships and 3 cruisers left, and so I had two damaged battleships, an undamaged Yamamoto, and 2 fleet carriers that were damaged with two aircraft each, so 2 fighters and 2 tacticals. And then he comes in, wanders in with 2 subs, and he's just like, oh, and I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna pick the carrier, and so there you go. I lost the carrier and 2 planes in 1 shot because they had nowhere to land. So that was the start, and then the Americans rolled in with here's their second follow-up in case it didn't work, but they rolled in with a fleet of destroyers and subs there, and they hammered me again. And yeah, they got 5 targeted hits, and that's what's left. I lost all my capital ships, and I had a plane that I couldn't get hit by subs, so I couldn't take it as a casualty for a while there. That was fun, and this is all I got left. At the end, I still had the plane alive, but there was nowhere to land, so it just died. So exciting times. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to run that away. And hope that he somehow manages to forget to move this capital ship there into the Pacific, so I get a point. I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to move that ship. So, I also spammed subs all over the place and was convoying, but I maxed out the lines, so there's no point in continuing. So we'll see. Maybe those subs are going to have to cluster around that Yamamoto and keep it alive so that he doesn't get a point from that. All right. And that's the end of this turn. It's getting really late, and this turn was nothing but rolling and rolling and rolling. Didn't this turn start with Warplan Z attack? I can't remember now. It's been so long. No, that was last turn. Yeah, so, but yeah. That's the remaining ships that were there got nailed, and these transports got blocked in here, so I can't really do much with that. So we'll see what happens. Thank you, and see you next round.